Hey everybody, welcome to the Best Family Homestead. I'm Aaron. I've got Robert here with me from Watch Your Step, helping me with some extra set of hands and some camera work. So last video, I showed you all how to cut the bottom of your mason jar, and we made our lid. So today we are going to get started on making the main body of our light fixture. Alright, so I'm just pre-cleaning a little bit of the worst of the labels and stuff off where we're going to be soldering, and the rest will polish up. I kind of cut this to fit my porch and the way the log cabin is. There's no real rhyme or reason to how, any way particular to make this. You can make it, add more copper pipe, less copper pipe, be fun with it, and maybe make it go in a spiral, however you want to do it. Just keep in mind that you've got to pull wire through here, so the more turns and bends you have, it can get a little frustrating. All right, now one of the most important things when you're soldering anything is your flux. You're not going to get solder to stick on copper or any metal for that matter without flux. I like using the acid liquid acid flux. I'll show you guys why in just a minute. It's a little bit easier than a brush, and it's more expensive, but I think it works a lot better. All right, so I'm applying my flux. When I solder too, the solder isn't going to really stick to this being aluminum. So it's good when you're doing a piece like this, because even if some solder gets down underneath of there, it's not going to cause a problem. Now I am going to set my 90-degree back a little bit. All right, so we've got our flux applied, and we're going to start heating this up. So this was more just about getting a good tight weld here, which is why I put so much extra solder on it, because it's going to have a glass jar hanging from it, so I want to be real tight. So now this is where we'll be having to stop and start a little bit, because before I can really start on this piece too much, I'm going to need to move it. It's going to have to cool down a minute. So we'll do a piece at a time. While that's going, I'll get started on a couple of the other pieces, and so I can solder like these two pieces together, and then these two pieces together, and solder the whole thing up, so that it'll give us time to, instead of having to wait for each piece to cool, we'll make it in components and then put it all together. So we'll set up on time lapse, and we'll get started soldering the rest of this up. I was saying the acid flux did a real good job of cleaning, so you didn't have to sand. Obviously this copper is pretty old, so if it's this dirty, You want to get a lot of the oxidation off of here. You don't have to sand as much as using a paste flux, but you want to get the worst of the heavy oxidation off. Alright guys, so we've got the base of our, the main part of our light fixture finished up here. I did wipe a lot of the flux off with acetone, dry this up a little bit better, and I've got my little polisher here I've had for a long time. You can see the haven't used it in a while, and I don't know where my carding wheel is. Just a stainless steel brush. I've got an old just little copper brush. I'm just going to touch it and clean it up, clean up the wheels a little bit. And copper is real easy to polish, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. I'm just using some general purpose red polishing compound, and we are going to make this thing look pretty again. Alright, so we've been working on it for just a few minutes now, and you can definitely see the difference from before and after. I think it's going to clean up pretty good. Also, I'm going a little bit more, like some of this I'm not even going to polish because I'm going to do some two-tone stuff on it to make everything stand out a little bit better. So I got finished polishing just up the top up here, and then polishing our hanger. As soon as I get that done, I will show you guys the plans for the rest of it. And like I said, the top of this is going to be up high on the porch. Won't be seen.
Well, when you get finished wiping it down, hold it up in the light so you can really see it. It's yeah. There you go. Yep, it's a mirror.
All right. So there it is. Getting the rest of that polish off is going to be a booger. I'll be working on that for a while, but I think it turned out pretty good.
Sure did.
You can see that should reflect a good bit of light down in there.
Absolutely.
And I think it'll be pretty cool for a porch light.
I tell you, cameraman commentary, I love it. I mean, that is cool.
Yep, one down and I'm building 4, so got a little bit more work left to finish the rest of them. So appreciate y'all tuning in and watching. On the next video, we're going to putting our wiring in and getting it all wired up. Show you guys how to do that if you're ever interested in making one, and getting it mounted up to the porch. So stay tuned. Make sure and check out Robert's channel, watch your step, and we'll see y'all next time.